Hello everybody and welcome to LaChamba.com. I am Neil Rodriguez. So I just got back from work and today I had to perform some keyword research. In my job I have to research keywords for which the sites that I operate should be optimized. I do some competitive analysis to see how easy it is to optimize for these keywords. I research enough keywords to pop up on the front page of Google more times than the Google logo. So if you need help in that arena, shout me out, twitter.com/notifyneil. Alright, I'm looking to father that stomping ground, and not with my Adidas bounce kicks, but with steel-toe boondockers. Military issue. Alright? Anyway, on topic, I'm reading through the new positioning by Jack Trout, just as I was yesterday, and Jack Trout, as I said before, he's a branding expert, branding for corporations, and he had a story on Isuzu. Isuzu was not selling enough vehicles. It wasn't selling enough vehicles compared to other manufacturers, or compared to other car manufacturers. And Jack Trout determined that the reason was because of its name. It had an ugly name, Isuzu. The solution for them? Sub-branding. How does he sub-brand? They started to pull out the Trooper, the Rodeo, the Amigo, alright, vehicles that had a better sounding name. And then Isuzu would come up as almost a caption, as almost small lettering. Just like when you look at the Dustbuster and Black & Decker is in small lettering. Just like Wrigley's. Wrigley's has a number of sub-brands, like it has Big Red, it has, I believe, Spearmint, it has Double Mint, it has Juicy Fruit, right? All these sub-brands that they do well, while Wrigley's is in small lettering. So that's what it came down to for Isuzu. They started selling more vehicles. Now I was reading a new blog today. Well, it's not a new blog. It's an older blog than mine, but a new blog for me. It's called John Lowaitza. John Lowaitza. All right. Forgive me for pronouncing it wrong, John. I know you may be watching this because I'm going to link you to this video. All right, John Lowaitza. And he writes about branding. One of the stories that caught my eye was the jack of all trades. Somebody wrote to him and they stated that they were a jack of all trades. They had a number of passions, so they didn't know on which passion they should focus when building their personal brand. So he gave them some advice where they should start to create different brands for each passion. Like you set up different Twitter accounts for each passion, and then you would post on them 3 times a week. He states that he does it. He has his own personal brand blog. Then he has, I think, like a movie blog. And then he has I forgot what the other blog was about. But you get the idea. You have a number of passions, a number of ways to communicate your expertise. Just start different blogs. And then your father brand or the parent brand will be your name. That'll be the parent brand. And then you have all these other focused brands on which to communicate all your expertise. So, for instance, I have 2 blogs actually. This is my professional identity blog, all right, to help people find jobs through establishing their professional identity. And I have another blog. Well, I actually have another domain because I let the account cancel. I let the hosting account get canceled. It's called allobravo.com, and I talk about fitness there, but it's completely distinct. I talk about fitness sometimes here because I believe it's the ideal way for you to blow off steam when you get frustrated, if you're looking for jobs and you consistently getting rejected. So it's definitely the best way for you to focus. I get ideas when I'm working out. Well, anyway, that's beyond the scope of this conversation, and I want to stay focused because this is a sub-brand to the brand of Neil Rodriguez. Alright, if I were to call my personal brand Neil Rodriguez, then my professional identity would be the one where I help people establish their professional identities. Alright, and leverage their personal brand in order to have a professional identity where they know how to structure their resumes, they know how to send them out, they know how to reach out to the right people through their personal brands, get in touch with other people, with the right people that could put them in front of a prospective employer. Well, where they will have their lines memorized and be prepared to get the job that they want and increase the chances of being the ideal fit to the position for which they are applying, to a number of positions for which they are applying. I want a number of offers to start to flood your inbox, and it could happen. It could happen if you put the passion behind it, all right? If you start to communicate in the fashion that will demonstrate that you have a passion for whatever it is that you are applying, for whatever it is you want to do in life, right? But you have to demonstrate, you have to focus, right? You have to demonstrate some type of focus, because the end of the phrase, jack of all trades, is master of none. So if you are a jack of all trades, you will indeed not be able to master any, because you have to spread your focus around too much. But if you have a brand and you focus on it, and then you express your expertise through that focused brand, you can hit at it with a number of different aspects, instead of just coming out with one brand and then on that brand you're consistently changing the focus. You're talking about different things, talking about going to groceries, talking about how to get the best sale on steak on Sundays when you're out food shopping, and then at the same time you talk about how good you are at skydiving. Some people do it and it's cool and it may work for them, but as a best practice based on corporate rules of branding that you would like to incorporate as being a successful personal brand that can branch out into different professional identities that will express your expertise in a passionate manner, you have to focus. Focus on what it is you do. Become a specialist. You become an expert in whatever it is you do, so you can attack it with different facets and with different angles. And you can show your expertise beyond anybody's else, because those are the brands that make it. Those brands that are focused. All right? You go to Coca-Cola. Coca-Cola is the number one, I think is the best-selling grocery item. Why? Because it's focused on its brand of Coca-Cola. Coca-Cola Classic. Coca-Cola, the drink, the cola. All right? I know they have a number of line extensions like Cherry Coke, Diet Coke, but nothing sells like the original. And that's a fact. You can go ahead and look it up. Well, it was a fact a few years back when the people that used to deliver it told me that, and I also read it in one of these branding books. So you have to focus. You have to focus. The best brands are the ones that focus. Another example of a brand that set off a number of sub-brands and has been successful, I think it's Gillette. They have Mach 3, I believe, and they have all these other razors. So you have the sub-brand. They have the big sub-brand, and then they have Gillette in little writing. So you could be the brand of Neil Rodriguez or your name, and then you could have all these sub-brands. Nielsen is another company that does that. They have Nielsen, but Nielsen, they own all these other companies. Nielsen has Billboard.com as a sub-brand of Nielsen. The Hollywood Reporter is another sub-brand of Nielsen. So these are big brands. They make money. All right, they're out there. They have their name in the mainstream, and nobody could say no to them. They make money. So this is the objective. Like I said yesterday. Well, I haven't said it. It's actually, I said it in a video that I recorded that I'm going to put out next week. All right, and I'll give you a preview. You know what? I'm not even going to say it. I'll have you wait for it. All right, that'll ensure that you keep coming back for more. And like I said, just focus. And if you have different passions, go ahead and branch them out into sub-brands. If it takes putting out different Twitter profiles, putting out different blogs, putting out different websites, whatever it is you got to do, just ensure that whatever you put out there, whatever platform it is that you develop, is focused as possible, and you will increase your chance of being a success in whatever it is that you are engaging. I thank you for watching. My name is Neil Rodriguez. Until next time, have a great weekend.